Alright, so I'm gonna be talking about the shootings from the past 2 days of Mr. Castile and another individual that got murdered by a police officer. Um, that stuff's crazy. Like, you don't have to be black to be outraged. I just saw a picture, and that is very true. The fact is that like the Obama administration, it's still all under the Obama administration, and even if Barack Obama is African American, then it's still under his administration. So it's as if it's like some sort of a sacrifice that they did to the African American race. And ever since the beginning and the foundation of this country, it was founded upon slaves. At least the majority of the leaderships politically had slaves. So even till this day, after 200 plus years, there's still a bit of slavery going on, because a form of slavery going on, because this country's still young. It's less than 300 years old, and so it still has roots of slavery within the political realm still. That's why you see all these police killing African Americans. That's the reason why, is because people are because this country is founded upon slavery, enslaving the African American race. At least the majority of the colonists did. And that's why we see African Americans being enslaved and being killed. So the thing is, this is still under the Obama administration. So the Obama administration needs to he stated that the community and the police department need to be in harmony so that these sort of shootings don't happen. And so to see like Trayvon Martin getting killed last year, and now these two African Americans being killed, if this trend keeps happening, like how many people are saying, people are gonna actually start seeing anger, and then that's when we don't want that to happen, because to bring about more negativity is to feed the fuel of fire, and negativity doesn't end negativity. Only positivity ends negativity. So that's what Kevin Hart said, and it's very true. And you can't extinguish the darkness with darkness. You need to extinguish the darkness with light, with love. And so I saw a video as well. If you are African American and your child is African American, the best thing to do is to start wearing clothes in certain areas that are deemed racist, as far as the police enforcement and the area. You can start wearing clothes that are that are more academically fit, so that you don't look like a regular African American wearing a normal t-shirt. And it's also true that the police are also killing Caucasians as well. So it seems as though the police force itself is dangerous. It's gone out of power. It's gone out of control. And the fact that it being it's as if it cannot be it's corrupt. They give them too much power. So the thing is if more people keep innocently dying from police, people are gonna start waking up to the fact that, oh, we're actually enslaved. We are enslaved in a country that doesn't offer a living minimum wage as well, and we're also enslaved through aggressive policemen that are willing to kill for no reason, out of their own fear. So if they have fear, that means that they're not adequate enough to be a police officer, if they're scared of African Americans. So then, if you're scared of African American, if you're scared of people in general, you shouldn't be a police officer. So all those reports about, oh, it was out of fear, it was out of the safety of being a police officer. Well, the fact that you're a police officer should instill the fact that you have no fear. So if you have no fear, then that shows that you can be a police officer. If you don't have fear of people. And so it's very corrupt to see the fact that the police are killing innocent people. I guess it is good so that it prevents robberies and stuff. But why are people robbing? Because the economy cannot sustain and doesn't provide enough jobs, and it doesn't guide enough to help keep people living and alive. So if that's the case, then that means the ruling elite are just as corrupt as the crooked criminal trying to rob a store. So it shows like you can't extinguish negativity with negativity. You can't get rid of the darkness with darkness. You need to use light. You need to stay peaceful and loving. And that's how we create change and transform society and the consciousness of the human mass consciousness. It's all about good karma as well. So all those police that think they got away with killing because they're on the police force, like that, the job itself is very cynical, because by you knowing that you're a police officer and that you can get away with some crime makes you think that you can do that, but karma is the real issue, and so you want good karma. And so that's how people are living these days. We're all going at the edge of what is hot and what is real, what brings change, what brings life. And so that would be to be loving and to be kind and to bring light instead of trying to extinguish darkness with darkness. I just recently saw a video of a police officer that got shot, stating that like black people are outraged. But you can't extinguish darkness with darkness. Now that person that shot the cop has bad karma. So the job of being a police officer and the history of the title as a police officer is corrupt. And there are good cops and there are bad cops. But if it's going to change the person in general to follow rules that go against the foundation of this country, like cannabis and things that can kill people, like guns and shooting innocent people, like obviously there is a bunch of bad karma, and the agenda of being a cop is corrupt, because if it involves shooting an innocent person that posed no threat, then the agenda of being a cop is corrupt, because there was death involved. So you can see that the very police force is a corrupt entity, can be a corrupt entity, because some cops are good. They help end robberies and rapes. But it's all about those bad cops, because those bad cops are giving good cops a bad name, and they're just causing bad karma for the whole of that entity. And so it's all about eliminating bad karma. And if you want to eliminate bad karma, there's got to be like a constant like programs. There needs to be constant services and programs for police officers so that they can be mentally prepared to not be in fear of people. Because if they're schizophrenic, then they shouldn't be a police officer, because then they have a mental disability. And so all these police killing innocent people have some form of schizophrenia because they killed them. And that's a fear of people. And so if they have schizophrenia, they're not mentally prepared to be a police officer. So, the best thing I could say is, if you're a police chieftain and your police force is involved in killing an innocent person and is making the police department look bad, the best thing I could do is try to somehow fund services and programs for your very employees and the police officers with mental, psychological analysis, so that they can be prepared to be working outside with people. Because if they're killing innocent people, that shows that there is a sign of fear within that human being, whether it's a police officer or whether it's a normal human being. If there's fear within the human psyche, then there could be a form of schizophrenia, and then obviously there could be a flaw within that job as a police officer killing an innocent person out of fear. And so what these police sheriffs need to do is start allowing services and programs that involve mental analysis to make sure that they are mentally sane, so that they can work outside without killing innocent people. Thank you.